Hello, friends. I'm Reverend Joe Morrow, Associate Pastor here at Fourth Presbyterian Church of Chicago, welcoming you back to the Salt and Light Podcast. This is a unique space for conversation with our congregation's mission and community partners across the city, state, country, and the globe who are out there being salt and light to those who need it. People whose wisdom and compassion offer a light that will lift the shadows and make the invisible seen. And people whose values, like salt, preserve all that is good, loving, and just. Today, I want to introduce our special guest, Coach Derek Brown, founder of Boxing Out Negativity. Hi, Coach Derek. How are you?
How you doing?
Good to have you on the podcast. Boxing Out Negativity is a Fourth Church grantee partner and an up-and-coming organization for youth development, peacemaking, and community care in the North Lawndale neighborhood on the west side of Chicago. They say the west side is the best side. I say that even as a South-Sider. They are a model for how sports and wise and caring mentors can transform lives and communities. But Boxing Out Negativity wouldn't be here today if it weren't for Coach Derek, whose extraordinary journey and transformation really brought this organization and its vision to life. So without further ado, Coach Derek, I again want to welcome you to the podcast and want to invite you to tell us a little bit more about yourself. Where were you born and raised? Tell us about some of the significant people or places in your own journey.
Thank you for having me here. I was born and raised on the west side, North Lawndale. June 24th, 1976, I was born in a drug and gang-infested community with no resources. The only resources that we had for community activities was to join the gang. The only resources that we had for employment was to sell drugs. So that led me down an early path of incarceration, in which I spent half my juvenile life in jail. About time before I turned 20, my best friend was killed. I was shot, and so many peers had went through the same struggle. So growing up in North Lawndale at the time was, some would just say hell, literally hell. But at the same time, as a child growing up into that type of madness environment, you don't know that it's hard because it's just a way of life.
It is just what it is. You don't know any better.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I became a product of that environment, in which I became a gang leader, gang influencer. I've been to jail for auto theft, robbery, gang recruiting, intimidation in court. Like, when you know better, you do better. And, just going through that life, and just every time you have a struggle, it hurts. It's like punishment. Punishment was to go to jail. Punishment for my best friend was to get killed. Punishment for my other friend was 17 years incarceration. And as time went by, I became adult. It's like God had his hands on me. And as being an adult, I had children. And to reflect on my life, I was born without a father. My mother was a teen, and I was a teen parent, and I didn't want my children to grow up the way that I grew up. So I always prayed, God, I want out. But remember, when I just said the only resources was to sell drugs, I had became the community liaison to recruit other gang members. So the point, what I'm getting at is, hurt, and that's all I knew.
Yeah, hurt people, as they say, right? And you really lived that experience.
Right. So the thing was, I was hurting so bad that I wanted out. I ended up catching a case. I bonded out of jail. Caught another case, bonded out of jail. And it was like, at a time, I'm finna go to jail forever. My children ain't gonna see me no more. I was in a gang war at a time.
And this is all in your late teens?
Yes, my late teens.
So that's a lot of living before 18, 19?
Yeah. probably was 22 at the time. 22 at the time. I was at the peak of my life, got a lot of money, but again, I never enjoyed anything because I didn't know better. No financial literacy. I got $100,000+, and only thing I can do is buy a car, and just I'm not advancing.
Right. Those horizons were very low.
So I'm trafficking drugs again and caught another case. Now, getting back to this police car, this the third case. I never see my children again. God, get me out of this here. So I'm gonna speed past it. I got pulled over. Police pulled me out the car. We ended up fighting. I took off and ran. They caught me. As I was running, I seen a sewer hole and I tripped myself and threw all the drugs inside the sewer hole. They caught me, put me in the back of the car, and I looked up at the sky and I said, God, if you get me out of this, I will never sell drugs a day in my life again. And
that's quite a promise to make.
It was, especially when you don't know nothing else.
Yeah.
But what happened was they didn't find the drugs. They didn't charge me with assault with the police officer. They let me go. I quit. Went home, flushed my drugs, kept the money, and went to court. Paid my lawyer. Beat one case. Went to court, paid my lawyer, beat the other case. And my lawyer his name was Kevin Kelly, and he looked me in my eyes. He said, Derek, either I'm good or you got to be one of the luckiest SBs, son of a bees I ever met. Either or, it's time for you to stop. I was like, I've been did that, Kelly. And that was it. My money ran out within a year.
Wow. But that was the turnaround. Like realizing that in that case that you had gotten a new lease on life, and in some ways an answer to prayer.
It did. It did. So a year, that money go fast. I don't have nothing in the year, but the car. I just had one car.
And you've got family, you've got kids.
Yeah, I got family, got kids. I had a lot of women at that time as well, so I wasn't living the promise and straight life. I just was a upright man who cared for people. So I'm in today's time, I understand why God had his hands on Derek Brown, because it's care for people. When I was selling drugs, I was giving back to the community. I was doing back to schools. I was doing events for the community. But
that's interesting that there was something inside of you, despite those negative things that you were involved in. There was something inside of you, some goodness that it sounds like you experienced God trying to cultivate, trying to grow. Say, yes, more of that.
Yeah. And the next year, all my girls left me. Got nothing to give them. Everybody, it's just like the world just turned their back on me. My peers. Now I'm broke. I'm sleeping in my car. So one thing about me, I had pride.
Yeah.
So my mother didn't even know that I didn't have nowhere to go. And sometimes I'm welcome at my mom's house.
Right. She would gladly take you in.
Yeah, but I go over there and get some food and leave. Go out on the streets, and at night I go out south, like 55th and King Drive. This was before these buildings was up. It was like big old vacant lots, and I parked in the middle just in case anybody tried to come and see me. I get up, and I did that every day.
That's like the prodigal son story. You know, the prodigal son goes out and says, hey, I'd rather sleep in the sty and I don't want to go back home yet. And then eventually says, actually, sleeping in the sty isn't a good thing. Like, I think I can go back home. Right. So what led you back home, in a sense, wherever that is for you? When you're out there fearful of being seen, what actually led you back to a place where people could pour into you?
So through habit, I would go back to the west side and sit on this school. This was a school that I grew up at, 1616 South Avers. This was a school that I went to from kindergarten to 8th grade, got kicked out in 8th grade, and I caused a lot of havoc in this school. And one day I was sitting in front of this school watching a group of youth throw rocks at cars. And I reflected. That was Derek. That's Walter. That's Ed. That's Anthony. And this is what happened when I'm talking about Derek, Walter, Ed, and Anthony, which Derek is myself. When I was a kid, we was throwing rocks at cars. We'll throw a rock at a car. The car, pop! You know you hit it once it makes a noise.
Yeah.
We take off running. We having fun. Devil's Playground, like Freedom for a Child is like the Devil's Playground. That's what we was in. We was having fun. We don't
Pranksters.
know.
Yeah.
So our job was competition. We have to outdo each other. My friend Walter, I had just hit a car and it made this big noise and they were like, "Hey!" So Walter wanted to outdo me, so he picked this big old brick and seen this car. And he threw the brick, and it made a noise we never heard. And it said, "That was the back window shattered." We take off running. Laughing. Walter, curious, wanted to see the damage he did. And when he walked around the corner, two guys grabbed him and beat him up. We was I think like 11 and 12 at the time.
Wow.
And they beat him like he was a grown man. Swole his eye up, blood coming from everywhere. And he walks around the corner and he see one of the gang members. His name was Willie P. And Willie P was like, "What's wrong, shorty?" Walter pointed, them guys over there just beat me up. He didn't tell him why. Willie P went and he was a good fighter, beat both of the guys up. They came back and killed Willie P. And the neighborhood blamed us for it. Like,
wow.
Them showing bad A kids.
So you just saw the domino effect of just the one little thing that you all did, and then it created all this trauma across the community without your awareness of it.
Without my awareness.
And so you saw these little guys doing the same thing,
repeating
that same young age, and you could see the story repeating itself.
And my nickname on the streets was Shotgun. So I was broke. I didn't have nothing, but I do have my credibility, my credentials as a gang leader that's been absent. So I was Shotgun. Everybody knew Shotgun in the community because he was a menace. Get y'all bus over here. So they, gladly, Shotgun just called me. And I started having a conversation with him, and he was sitting there play fighting. Like, you don't even know how to fight. And I just started teaching him how to box. Again, I'm just being present.
Right.
And every day I would meet these youth. This summer, 2009. Every summer I would meet these children in front of this school. 1616 South Aries became my program.
Interesting. So you met them where they were. You could see that they needed something, some skill set to kind of protect themselves, to know what to do with their bodies on the street. And you came alongside essentially as their mentor and their teacher.
Yeah. And the summer, it was hot. So every day we'll come out. And one day it was just hot as, it was like 102 degrees outside. And we had just ran. I'm the type of coach, I'm not going to have you to do nothing that I wouldn't do. So I'm running with them. So I'm tired too. But my motivation is I'm breaking them and I'm the elder. And one of the kids looked up at me and he said, "Coach." I'm not even realizing my name is Coach now. Because they used to call me Shotgun.
Yeah.
The kids. So he said, "Coach." I said, "Yeah, I need something to drink. I'm thirsty." And it just dawned on me, I don't even got nothing to get him. Dang. One day this white dude pulled up in the truck. "Hey, sir, I just want you to know, I've been watching you with them kids every day. I got something to give you. I just want you to don't never stop." Not that I had stop in my mind. And he wrote me a check. I look. Man, God sent you. He laughed. I don't know about that.
Wow.
So I bought this water jug. I bought some drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I talked with this preacher, and he gave me this big water. He bought this big water bill so we could keep water in the thing, so at least we'll have something to drink. And I had bought cups and stuff with the money the guy gave me, and a guy from the community gave us a year's supply of Gatorade.
Wow.
People in the community.
So people just start giving.
I can't believe
and pouring in.
Unbelievable.
To this effort that you start.
Unbelievable. And so now I got a program, and the reverend who gave us the water jug connected us with this church named St. Agatha on the west side of Chicago. And this white guy, Father Larry, came and he talked to me, and they gave us a check for $1,000. So I bought boxing equipment. Now we have boxing equipment. We have boxing dummy. Like outside. Like this is every day. I put it outside. And that was the start of Boxing Out Negativity.
So this is becoming real. What a amazing, harrowing journey that you had from this childhood of so much hurt and pain and trauma and
hunger
and hunger and kind of not knowing how to get out of a trapped system, to pouring into the lives of these beautiful young people and giving them a sense of dignity, of pride, of possibility. And I love that it's really summed up in this transformation from shotgun to coach. Shotgun to coach, and how a name and a name change can be reflective of a deeper transformation in us. That is beautiful.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more about the philosophy behind Boxing Out Negativity, some of the programs that you're doing. I've been fascinated, and I think we've talked about this before, with the emphasis on boxing. Before the pandemic, I started out joining a boxing gym, and then when the pandemic hit, I decided to bring it indoors into my home, and so I had a bag and I had a boxing program, and I was really taken by the way that boxing, as well as other martial arts, cultivate a lot of healthy disciplines within you, and help to give you and give anyone who participates in them not only great conditioning, but fitness for the mind as well. Here's a quote that I found. I was reading from a philosophy professor at St. Olaf College. His name is Dr. Gordon Marino, and a friend of mine, Dr. Bob Cathy, who's a theologian, a emeritus at McCormick Theological Seminary, the local Presbyterian seminary here in Chicago. He connected me to Dr. Marino. And I was reading this from his work. Marino is an amateur boxer as well as a philosophy professor. Here's what he says about boxing, and I just want to run this by you as we think about the philosophy of what you're doing. He says, according to Aristotle, courage is a mean or an average between fearlessness and excessive fearlessness. The capacity to tolerate fear is essential to leading a moral life. But it's hard to learn how to keep your moral compass under pressure when you're cosseted or when you're blanketed and protected from every fear. Boxing, he says, gives people practice in being afraid. What do you think about that? Is that true in some ways? That you learn how to practice being afraid without necessarily going to anger or maybe getting out of control, being able to kind of discipline yourself when you experience that fear?
Boxing is a sneak discipline. That's what makes our program so unique. And practice to be afraid. That's my heartbeat.
Yeah.
Every time you're getting ready to get in the ring. The fear of winning. The fear of losing. The thought that I do enough. Until that first punch goes, you forget. boxing is so underrated,
Yeah, yeah.
but also the sport that turns the world, and also the sport that the world looks up to, because with that fear you could accomplish so much.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, a lot of the youth that I get are not afraid of anything until they come in contact with themselves.
Oh, that's interesting. They're the ones who they truly fear.
Correct.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I never heard that quote, but that is so boxing.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
That struck me as well. And now that you mention it, being afraid of oneself, both the hurt that we carry, the burdens we carry, and having to face them, but also sometimes being afraid of our own potential, our potential to do good. And the sport of boxing is in some ways a laboratory, a way that you can safely begin to know yourself, to be afraid, but to know that there is a cushion around you that can protect you even in your fear. People are there to support you. But yeah, I love how you say it's a sneak discipline, right? That it indirectly brings all these things, like your own burdens and your own potential into focus.
So with boxing out negativity, boxing is a hook.
Mm-hmm.
I am a fisherman. My bait is boxing. You go in any bad quote unquote community, you're gonna always get a biter that want to learn how to box. But no, you're gonna go in a community and you're gonna get a fighter or someone want to learn how to fight. But once I catch the bait, they learn how to box. Because boxing out negativity is not just a program. It's a way of life. Just like in the ring, you have to make a split-second decision. Our youth have to go throughout life and make these same split-second decisions every day. Whether it's to get in a stolen car, whether it's to do some drugs. It's facing parts of themselves. Like, I study every youth that comes in my program, but I'm not just studying them. I'm just studying myself. And I'm able to decipher what's wrong. I could tell you if a child hungry. I could tell you if a child's getting abused. I could tell if he's angry, afraid. And I interact with each individual, which is the person that they bring to me. We do classes inside of Cook County Jail as well. Every Friday we're in Division 11, which is the Supermax. And my biggest thing is to get our youth, young men, to look at themselves, to focus on yourself. I do an exercise with them where I tell them to go in the room, go look in that mirror. And the mirror it's only a reflection of them. It's not a clear mirror because I think they're like aluminum or something.
Yeah.
And they look at themselves and I tell them, that's not you. That's an image of you. You have to make that person better. Talk to them. Ask them a question. How did I get in here? What do I need to do? These same things is what happened and ways I discovered myself.
So you're taking them in many ways through the process that helped transform you. And that is being able to look at yourself for who you really are.
Fight yourself first. Don't beat yourself.
Yeah.
Help yourself.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I mean, there's a little bit of, there's philosophy, there's theology in here. You're also reminding me, if I'm going to geek out just a little bit, the Star Wars series. When I was growing up, this was big, the original trilogy. And I remember in the original trilogy, I think it was Empire Strikes Back, the second in that original trilogy, that Luke Skywalker, becomes this Jedi Knight. And one of the last trials is to face his fears. And he goes into this cave. Yoda ushers him in, and he has to face his fear. And who's the fear on the other end but a mirror image of himself with the lightsaber? And so I think the point of that sequence was to make him and the viewers realize that often when it comes to conflict in life, the biggest adversary that we have is ourselves. And I see you playing that drama out in real life with many of the young people who you're serving.
Yeah.
Fantastic work that you're doing. Tell me now, I know you're also working in the jail system, and you're located in North Lawndale. For those who don't know North Lawndale today, take us down maybe the street that you all are located on right now. What would we see? What would we hear, experience from young people, old people? Are there shops and restaurants? What do we experience when we go to North Lawndale?
First of all, North Lawndale is a food desert. So there are very few restaurants, very few stores. They're like miles and miles away. And to live next to a store or something, it's like hitting lottery. Like, you're the lucky ones.
Yeah.
And the sad part is the stores that's selling food are not selling food. They're selling stuff that's going to have you obese, high fructose corn syrup, stuff that's not healthy for you.
Yeah, the junk food.
Our children eat a bag of candy and think it's nutrients. So, but I'm a fast forward. I'm gonna go to Boxing Out Negativity.
Yeah.
Boxing Out Negativity is on Central Park in Ogden. That is 3406 West Ogden, and it's on Route 66. So
the old Route 66 that would take you from Chicago all the way to LA.
Yeah, to Los Angeles.
Wow.
Yeah. And but if you walking down that street, I would say summertime because that's peak. Summertime we might have 80 plus youth. So of course you can't be in the gym because they don't hold that many. So they're gonna be on outside. They're gonna be on the side of the building. Some might be flipping tires. You're gonna see youth running through the neighborhood, which really no different from when I was born, drug and gang infested. Yeah. But the difference is every time our youth run down through North Lawndale, they have this Boxing Out Negativity shirts on, and
you've got a lovely Boxing Out Negativity shirt on here in the studio.
Right. So they'll go through the community wherever there's hostility at, the guy's gonna stop. They're gonna put a unity fist up for them. They're gonna give them a safe passage. That is in every corner or in North Lawndale.
Wow.
The best part is I could challenge anybody. Come on, don't just take my word. Come run with us. Come walk with us and see. But Boxing Out Negativity is very impactful. I would say we're like a old African village. And the reason I'm able to say this because we have a program where we take some of the youth to Africa, and we get a chance to, and they get a chance to experience what a village looks like. You know, where everyone has input. The children, the elders, the young adults, you know, everyone has a positive input, and it's all community. If anybody come around any of our youth, we have that old Southern hospitality where we speak.
Yeah.
How you doing? What is everybody smiling? And there's no forced smiles. And
it's genuine.
It's genuine. You know, like this the environment that we created at Boxing Out Negativity, and it's nothing but love.
Wow. So you're really spreading love throughout the North Lawndale community and allowing the community to wrap its arms around you, to protect you, and to, especially through zones of hostility. I'm imagining a scene very much like what we see in the Rocky movies and the Creed movies, where young people and the fighters are running down the street, jogging and getting encouraged by other folk.
Yes.
And you're really living that out in real life.
We do the Biggie's events in North. Some of your parish members came out to an event.
They certainly did.
And experience, like, I would say, to have the boxing we invite anybody just to come have the boxing out negativity experience. We hire from the community.
Mm-hmm.
So again, it reverts back to boxing out negativity is not just a program, it's a way of life. So I live in North Lawndale, so if we also inside the schools in North Lawndale. So if a youth act out in school, they'll see me. If they act out in program, they'll see me. But when those work hours over and I'm in the community, if they act out in the community, they'll see me. And it's always the same. This is not a job.
There are no sort of lines between the professional and, in many ways, the communal. That like it's one community, and you can be a mentor, you can be a guide, a coach for a young person, both in the official program hours, but also just hanging out in the hood, regardless of where you are.
If I barbecue at my house, they gonna just come on, hey coach, and
they're in your backyard.
I'm always, everything that I do, I have to overdo it because I can't just think about myself. I have to think about community.
Wow, I think that's such an inspiration to our congregants and to our community at large, because often we tend to bracket off our good work and say, well, okay, I volunteer for X number of hours in this space, but outside of that, it's like we kind of clock out from being a upstanding, citizen, a good person, a person of faith. And it's like we don't actually clock out of that. There are opportunities for us to show up and be there wherever we are. So I hope our congregants are thinking, hey, whenever I have a barbecue in my backyard, how are the neighbors' kids and the kids down the street? Yeah. How are they welcome in our space? When I, go out to a shop or a restaurant, or I see a family or a young person experiencing some difficulty, is that an opportunity for me to step up too?
Oh my goodness.
Because I see Coach Derek doing it,
Let me show you. They say I'm an awesome person. You could read up on Derek Brown, North Lawndale. You could read up on Boxing Out Negativity. You'll see all these awesome things. But let me show you what you don't see. So that's a lot of people know me in the community. So we're constantly waving and speaking. But when I'm outside my community in places that I don't know people, it's the same smile. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? It's everywhere. So make it an attitude. So it's like, be church after church. Don't just be church and praise and right here. Yeah, it felt good, didn't it? Let's go out in the world, be church, and just challenge yourself. What would that look like?
I love that. Be church after church.
Yes, sir.
Be church all the time, and to know that the attitude that you exude to others in that space of perhaps volunteering or worship is the same attitude that you are free to express wherever you may be it on the street, at your workplace, going grocery shopping, at the airport, when traffic's bad. There is always an opportunity to be church after church. You're definitely preaching today. Now,
there's a saying, God is good, and they say all the time. So you be that God. You be that God.
Yeah.
Be good, and the people reaction. You might don't say it, but it's all the time because they felt it.
Yeah, all the time. Yes, and tell me, is there anything else that you've learned in this work of working with young people that might be wisdom you want to share with us things that we need to do, or maybe things that we need to stop doing in order to serve young people well?
What I learned was not to tell a child what to do.
Say more about that.
Us as parents, do this, do that. Majority of the time, we always get the rebel part of it. They do the opposite.
I'm familiar with that.
So, what would you like to do? And if it's something, it's something that you don't want them to do, give them options. So the option is to let them be involved in their life. The option is I get to pick something.
Yeah. Agency, choice.
Choice. Give the children a choice. What I do big talking circles with youth, and I ask the question, what's the difference from you and I? I just been on this earth a little longer than you. My experience. So that's how I show them, I'm no different
than you. Yeah.
Our children today is so smart. You and I just had a conversation about tech and the youth, your children.
Oh, yeah.
And
they can run circles around me when it comes to technology.
And they be doing these things on the phones. They're a lot smarter than us. The difference is we try to take their smart. If they smarter than us, why can't we follow them? So through wisdom, what we should do, just guide. That's what makes it even.
That guiding of young people.
And let's work together.
Yeah.
So that was the thing. Like when we was talking about the children, my gift was my children are part of Boxing Out Negativity. Just let them be a part of your life. Be a part of their life. Follow.
That is good advice and wise advice, both for not only supporting our children, but also giving them the kind of agency that they need and practice, really, that they need with making good decisions, good moral choices. If we don't begin to give them choices, even in these small ways, and to let them lead us, even in these small ways, for instance, with technology, then we're not allowing them the opportunity to really flourish and grow and mature in the ways that they're going to have to make decisions down the line.
And us as adults, also known as parents, have to realize, because if you're an adult, you are a parent if you don't have children. So what I'm saying is,
we're all parenting out there.
Just because you know that connection and bond you have with your children. Understand, every child in your child presence is a part of your children. So if you don't pour into them, your children will be affected by your choice of not pouring in. So when I was a child, I was so bad that my friends' parents used to give them whoopings for hanging with Derek Brown. So I was that kid, I bet not catch you hanging with him. But what happened was, your child now have to follow their leader. I don't know I'm a leader. Now we're sneaking out and to the devil's playground. Since we can't play games, I can't come over to his house and play with his toys. I don't even have toys. I'm with your son because he got these toys. You got some food in the house you'll give us. But you just
all those are opportunities. Yeah.
You just exiled me out the house. Now we're throwing rocks at cars.
But if they were to take you in, if they were to say, here's some food, here's some toys, here's some conversation,
let me show
how
you
would
some,
that change things?
Remember, I had a teen parent. There's no blueprint for parenting.
Yeah.
You know, there are ways to parent, but my mother was robbed of those resources. So she did the best that her teenage self could. We needed the village
to show up.
There you go.
And so we need the village to show up now for each other.
Yes.
Well, I hope the village is now a little bit larger.
Yes.
That we down here, downtown at Fourth Presbyterian Church and Boxing Out Negativity in West Lawndale or in North Lawndale on the west side are working together. Thank you, Coach Derek, for spending precious time with us today, for your candid and powerful story, and for the work and ministry that you're doing for young people across our city. I know it is going to blossom, your work, and we're going to see it in the lives of so many young people who go on to do great things. Coach Derek, before we go, is there a book, an article, music, anything that's inspiring you right now you might want to recommend to others?
What I recommend to others is to sit to themselves sometimes. Take one deep breath in and out. One deep breath in and out. And be thankful. Be patient. Look at thyself. And then just smile. And just smile and feel. And life gonna be okay.
I love that exercise. You have two people in the studio right now with wide brimming smiles.
Yes, sir.
Because of that moment of quiet and breath work. Thank you so much, Coach Derek. Friends, that's it for today. I hope you were inspired by our conversation. Maybe you want to contribute to the work of Boxing Out Negativity, or volunteer with them, run with them, bike with them. Please reach out to us if you want to do so. And also, if there's something that not only inspired you today, but something you would like us to pursue for future podcasts, let us know. You can reach us at saltandlight@fourthchurch.org. Till next time, go out there and be salt and light in the world.